Hey everyone, it's Mike. I'm back doing another one of these collection videos. This is one I've been talking about doing for a while, and I keep procrastinating and procrastinating. And finally, I saw the video by Hanna, who's the Omaha introvert. If you don't know her channel, go check her out. She did a video not too long, fairly recently, of her Cocteau Twins collection, and she did like a ranking video of the Cocteau Twins, and it was awesome. And I wanted to kind of throw my hat in, not really to do a ranking, but just to kind of show my collection. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and as the saying goes, don't let perfection stand in the way of progress. And I feel like I'm just been kind of waiting to be able to have the time and the wherewithal to do like a whole edited thing with clips and songs and videos and all that kind of stuff mixed in, and I just don't have the time right now. I'm in the process of moving, and I'm getting ready to box all this stuff up, so I thought before I did that I'd go ahead and crank out this video and kind of show my collection. I think I will do a ranking video at the end of just the records. She did one of the albums and the EPs, but I'm just going to do the records. I think there's a couple of EPs that I consider the best, and I might point that out, but I'm not going to rank all of them because there's like 18 of them. Anyway, you just heard my cat. So what I thought I'd do is kind of go through a timeline. Start with 1982 with their first release, and just kind of go through the collection and see how that goes. I made a video of this morning, and it went an hour and 20 minutes long, and I did what I said to myself I wasn't going to do, and go into all kinds of detail, the stories behind this, that, and the other, and go into detail about the sounds and the music and all that stuff. What I want to do really ultimately for this video, at least this version, is just kind of show the collection and have that be that. And then when I do, I'll revisit this later on when I'm in the new house and I'm making new videos, and I'll use some programs to try to kind of edit some stuff in there. I've got some video footage of Massive Attack and stuff that I'd like to work into the video and all that, but I'm just not there yet, and I just don't have the time. So what I do have the time for is just kind of rifle through these records and CDs that I've got, and so that's what we're gonna do. First one, 1982. Cocteau Twins released their first full-length album called Garlands on 4AD. 8 songs, really kind of dark, kind of gothy, early Susie and the Banshees kind of sound. This album just kind of stands out on kind of an island of its own. It sounds so much different than their later work. But I really like it in and of itself, just as its own little pocket of music. It's really interesting. It all kind of sounds the same in effect, but really good, interesting sounds that they come up with. And her voice, the way she used her voice early on, is a lot different than she did later on. But really solid album. Garland's 1982 on 4AD. I need to separate these if I'm going to do a ranking. This is a repress that was, I think, was put out just a few years ago. That's what the labels look like for the repress. Then after that, I've got my notes here, so if I'm looking off in the distance, it's because I have to write all this crap down. It's too much. There's just too much here to remember with this mid-50s brain of mine. Next thing they released, October of '82, is the Lullabies EP. It's 3 songs. It's all but an arc lark. It's all but an arc lark is takes up all of one side. It's a very long song. I think it's like 9 minutes. And then the other 2 songs, Alas Die Laughing and Feather or Blades. I really like Alas Die Laughing and It's All But an Arc Lark. Those are really fan. As far as like the early stuff goes, the early sound for Cocteau Twins, and this is very reminiscent of the Garlands album that I just showed. Those 2 songs are like top notch from the early stuff. So anyway, Lullabies, October 1982 on 4AD Records. All of these 12-inch EPs that I'm going to be showing are originals, except for there's one, and I'll explain that when I get to it, but all the rest, other than that one, all the rest of these are originals. And then the label looks like so, 4AD Records, there you go. Really good stuff. The next, they put out another EP after that in March of 1983. This is called Peppermint Pig. Robin Guthrie, the guitarist, not a big fan of this, but I don't know, I think it's pretty good. I think Laugh Lines on the B-side and Hazel are actually pretty solid early Cocteau Twins songs. Peppermint Pig is all right. I don't think he didn't care for the production of this. But anyway, that's a 12-inch of Peppermint Pig. And the label looks like so. There you go, 4AD Records again, as a lot of these are. And then they put out another album, October 1993, their second album, Head Over Heels. It's also 4AD. This is a reprint, a reissue. Again, same time as that Garland's, I believe. All of these reissues that I have, I think, were all put out at the same time. Here's the back. Yeah, 1983. It's got some solid songs on it. It's got 510 50-fold, Musette and Drums, Inner Angel Hood, 510 50-fold, Tinderbox of a Heart. All really good quality songs. This album started to kind of stray away from that early goth and started to get into a little bit of a shoegaze, a little bit of a dream pop. Her vocals started to get less and less intelligible. A lot more kind of freeform sounds, mouth voices, that kind of stuff mixed in with lyrics. That's the inner sleeve right there. If you see hear any meows or yaps, that's my cat. She's just in a mood right now, so forgive her, excuse her. Let's see, and then the inner sleeve, or the inner labels, the record labels look as so for this reissue. I also have another pressing of this. This is, I forget exactly when they did this, but they put out a box set of their first 3 albums and one of the EPs, and on a record company called Vinyl 180. And this is the Head Over Heels version that was inside that box set. They did kind of a different treatment with the album cover. This one's a little bit more muted colors. It's the same image, but you can see the difference from the reissue to the Vinyl 180. The reissue is a lot more vibrant in color, and this is more muted. It's on this really nice textured paper printed. The logo treatment, as you can see, is different as well. And then the inside is different. The inner sleeve, the printed inner sleeve is different than the one I just showed you for the other one. So anyway, Head Over Heels, again, 1983. That's the label for the Vinyl 180. That's what it looks like. And it's got some imagery on the back, photography. So that's that. Let's move on to the next release, Sunburst and Snowblind. Did I get these? What happened to my Sunburst and Snowblind? What the heck? Holy crap. Did that get mixed up in my, yeah, it did, sorry. Bear with me, it just got mixed up in the stack of records. So the next EP, Sunburst and Snowblind, November 1983, so later that year after Head Over Heels. It's using the same photo shoot that was used for the Head Over Heels album cover. This has got 4 songs on it, Sugar Hiccup, which is also on the Head Over Heels album, and it's also got From the Flagstones, Hitherto, and Because of Whorljack. I think From the Flagstones and Hitherto are the best songs off of this EP. Really good, really solid releases from this kind of ever-evolving sound of Cocteau Twins at this time. 4AD, of course, and then there's the record labels as such. There we go, all originals or original pressings on these EPs until I say otherwise. 1984, April, they released this EP, The Spangle Maker. It's got Pearly Dewdrops, Spangle Maker, and Pepper Tree. Pepper Tree is a really great song. It's one that's really grown on me lately. This is the embossed cover. It's just barely, you can feel the edge there, but it's just, It's supposed to be a big deal, I guess. There's one that doesn't have the emboss. So this was, again, 1984 in April, this EP. Good stuff. The record label looks like so. There we go. Then 1984, we're still in 1984. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is important. So after, I believe it was after Peppermint Pig, their bassist, Will Heggie, left the band, and all the stuff after Peppermint Pig was being performed by Liz Fraser on vocals and Robin Guthrie on guitars. And Robin Guthrie kind of did everything. He did bass, guitar, all the instruments. So they were a two-person band for a while. And then, of course, they used a drum machine as well. And then in 1984, they joined up in this collaboration of various 4AD musicians, compiled by Ivo Watts-Russell, who's the leader of the owner or whatever, the guy who runs 4AD Records. He got all these musicians together and did all these songs. I think they're all covers. They're all cover songs. Liz and Robin did a couple of songs, including Song to the Siren, which is a Tim Buckley cover. This other cover that was really great on this, Kangaroo, I believe it's Alex Chilton. I think it's an Alex Chilton song. Performed by Cindy Sharp on vocals, and Simon Raymond does all the instruments. And Simon Raymond got together with Robin and Liz and decided to join the band, the Cocteau Twins. So after this, well, they met, and then they actually performed. Simon Raymond actually performed on this, but this was released before this. But this has actually happened before, because that's when they met, and Simon was on this recording. That's really confusing. And so anyway, this album, this is the first This Mortal Coil album. It's called It'll End in Tears, 1984. Let's see, next, 1984 November, they released their third studio album, Treasure, and this is the first studio album with Simon on board. Fantastic album, 4AD Records. This is my original. This was the very first Cocteau Twins record I ever bought. I was a freshman in college, 1986, and I had somewhere I had heard this record, and I was really drawn to Liz's vocals and found out that she was in a band called the Cocteau Twins. So I went out and picked up the first record I saw, which was this. And then bought everything previous, everything that had been released up to this point. Actually up until that was 1986. So I bought some of the albums that came out in 85 and 86. Anyway, this is a fantastic album. I will show you what my rating is on this. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it, but when I do my ranking at the end, I'll talk about that. This is the inner sleeve. Yeah, so anyway, I'm so tempted to go into all this detail about the record, but I really just want to kind of show this because I don't want this to become an hour-long video. This is the labels here for Treasure, 4AD Records. That's an original. Most of the records that I have are represses because I sold all of them, and then I stopped collecting records for them, and I just bought CDs. So anyway, 1985 saw the release in March of 85 of their next EP, Ikea Guinea. Fantastic 4 songs here. I really like the last 3 are my favorite on this. That's what the back looks like. Beautiful cover. I also have, let me show the record labels first. That's what they look like. It's a little bit of a glare. I also have a German 7-inch of this release. I meant to take it out of the plastic. I like it because of the covers, the treatment. The cover treatment is different compared to the 12-inch. I just thought it was really cool with the white and the texture and everything. And then the back. And the B-side is Kookaburra, fantastic song. And this is on, I want to make sure this doesn't fall out of the sleeve, Virgin 4AD, this 45. So that's pretty cool. I just really like the artwork and the fact that it was a German version of it. Let's see, so that was 85, March of 85. God, how did these get out of order? I thought I had these in order. They released another, actually two, in 1985, November of 1985. They released two EPs. The first one, Tiny Dynamite, and the second one, Echoes in the Shallow Bay. This is the repress that I have as far as their EPs go. I used to have the gatefold that Hanna showed on her video, Vertigo. It was a gatefold and it was 2 records, but now the reissue has it on just 1 record, 4 songs on each side. Fantastic. Tiny Dynamite has Pink, Orange, Red, and Echoes in the Shallow Bay has Great Spangled Fritillary and Melanella, which are all also great songs. This is what the inner sleeve looks like on this reissue on 4AD Records. So those are, they recorded these songs, they weren't gonna release them, and then they ended up liking them so much they ended up releasing them. So lucky for us. Those are 8 excellent songs. This is what the record label looks like. Again, 4AD Records, that's a reissue. Right around the same time, 85, 86. Did I skip something? I think I skipped something. Oh, there it is. Huh. The dates are wonky. Around this time, 85, 86, they collaborated with another 4AD band, the Wolfgang Press. This right here, the legendary Wolfgang Press and Other Tall Stories. This is a compilation of a bunch of EPs that they released. They were produced by Robin Guthrie, the guitarist for the Cocteau Twins. He performs on 3 of these songs, and Liz sings the vocals on, they do a cover of Respect, Aretha Franklin's song, and Liz sing kind of backup vocals on that. So that's 1985, Wolfgang Press collaboration. And then 1986, they teamed up with them again, and Liz sings on one of these songs, I Am the Crime. She sings on that. So Wolfgang Press, check them out if you don't know who they are. They're a fantastic 4AD band. A lot different than Cocteau Twins, but I love them. Let's see, so the next thing after that, the Pink Opaque. This is a compilation, kind of a best of up to that point, from Garland's leading all the way up to IKEA Guinea EP. This was on Relativity Records, which was a domestic label that they decided to sign up with so that they could release, have USA releases as well as UK releases. So the Relativity would be the US releases. It's got a lot of ring wear and water damage because I did not have this in a plastic sleeve back in the day. This has got Millinery, which is a song that's not on any of the other records, and Wax and Wane is like a different recording. It's got a different drum machine used on that. So those are the only differences. Other than that, it's all just a bunch of songs from their EPs and albums on this. Pretty solid early era Cocteau Twins. And this is the inner sleeve. You can see the water kind of ripply on there. And the record label. Pink Opaque, compilation best of record for the Cocteau Twins. And in 1986, that was January 1986, and then they put a bunch of other stuff after that. They put out another album, Victoria Land. At this time, Simon went off to perform or get involved again with the This Mortal Coil project. Their second album, Filigree and Shadow, he went and worked on that. And while he was away, Robin and Liz created this record. It doesn't have a lot of drum machine stuff going on. There's not a lot of percussion. So it's really kind of more ambient type music, very mellow, very chill, beautiful, but just absolutely gorgeous. Very cohesive. All the songs, you know, fit really well together. This is, again, a reissue on 4AD. Fantastic album. Songs I love on this, Throughout the Dark Months of April and May, Umigmac, Feet Like Fins, How to Bring a Brush to the Snow, Thinner the Air. There's a lot of great ones on this, so definitely check this one out. I'm gonna put that with that. And this is the inner sleeve there. Again, that's a reissue. 180 gram vinyl, I believe. Really nice reissues, though. They sound great. Next thing, October 1986, same year, they put out another EP. This is the Love's Easy Tears EP. Originally, it came out on 4AD and it only had 3 songs. It had Love's Easy Tears, Those Eyes That Mouth, and Sigh Smell of Farewell. Then they released it for the States, the domestic version on Relativity. They added an extra song called Orange Apple. And that song, Orange Apple, I believe is the best song on this EP. And it's one of the best songs by Cocteau Twins. So definitely, if you're going to go out and spend some money on getting this EP, get the domestic one on Relativity, and you'll get a bonus song. And it's well worth it. This is what the back looks like. So anyway, Love's Easy Tears, 1986 EP. Let's see, this is the label, and you see it there on the top, Relativity. Next one, still 1986, they collaborated with a composer, like an ambient composer named Harold Budd, and this is called The Moon and the Melodies. There's 8 songs on here, 4 of them Liz sings on, and 4 of them are instrumentals. Again, kind of like Victorialand, very chill, very mellow, very ambient music, really beautiful stuff. The stuff she sings on is just, it's some of the best Cocteau Twins works out there. The instrumentals are nice, you know, but they don't have Liz, so it's not as interesting, I don't think, as when she sings. But anyway, it's a fantastic release all the same. 1986, beautiful photography here on the inner sleeves. Looks like so. And then the record labels there. So that was November of 86. Then June of 87, 4AD releases this compilation of various artists on the label. Included in here, this is called Lonely as an Eyesore. Included is Cocteau Twins do their song Crushed, which is it's like a single only kind of deal. And then it's got Dead Can Dance, it's got Wolfgang Press, it's got the Throwing Muses. It's got most of the bands that were on the label at this time. It was before the Pixies, before Lush, but it's got some really great stuff on this, and the song that's on here by the Cocteau Twins is called Crushed, Lonely as an Eyesore, 1987. Then in 1988, they put out a new album, and they switched labels. They went from 4AD to Capitol Records. And this is their first release on Capitol Records, Bluebell Knoll. This is an original that I got not too long ago. This is the gatefold version, which is highly sought after. It does have a hole punch in it. I'm not crazy about that. But the thing about this that I really love is the fact that it's a nice clean white copy. If you go on eBay and look for this, either the gatefold or the gatefold version or just the regular flat version, they're all like really just scuffed up. They're all like really dirty, grimy. The white is not white anymore. It's more gray or grayish or brownish. Because this paper, I don't know, it just, unless you have it in a plastic sleeve, it just soaks up dirt and fingerprints and everything. So really happy to have a nice clean copy of this. Sounds fantastic. Bluebell Knoll, 1988. Just a great album. The songs on here, I'll try to go off the top of my head. Bluebell Knoll, Athol-Brose, For Phoebe Still a Baby, The Itchy Globo Blow, Cico Buff, Ella Megalast, Burls Forever, The Kissed Out Red Floatboat. Those are all fantastic songs. Here's what the label looks like. It's just black with white type there. Nothing too fabulous. And then I've got the reissue too. And then this one is autographed by Simon Raymond, the bass instrumental player and multi-instrumentalist of the Cocteau Twins, Simon. He runs a record store or a record company, a record label called Bella Union. And if you go to their website and you buy Cocteau Twins stuff from his website, he will, it depends on the timing, you got to time it just right. He'll put up offers and he'll give you a push notification or whatever on Facebook or whatever, letting you know that there's these on sale. with him signing it, and he doesn't charge extra for that, for his signature, so that's pretty sweet. So I grabbed one of these, and I kept the bill of lading for one of the orders that I got from them, because he signed it. He wrote all this and signed it. So fanboy kept the bill of lading for that. So anyway, yeah, it's a reissue of the same album. That was 1988, September of 1988, and then. They didn't tour or anything for that. They put out one video, but they did not tour for that album. So they kind of just went about their. Actually, they were kind of busy because Robin and Liz were together at the time, and they had a baby. So Liz was pregnant and had a baby during the making of this next album. The single for the album, I'll talk about that first. Ice Blink Luck. This came out in August of 1990. Ice Blink Luck is a decent song. The B-sides, Mizik, the Mizon, and Watchlar off of this are really excellent songs. I really like those B-sides. So this is the 12-inch single that came out before the next album. And that next album is called Heaven or Las Vegas, their most popular, most best-selling album that they ever had. This came out in September of 1990. Again, I got Simon to sign this one as well. This is what the back looks like. The song title's down below. And again, fantastic album. This is the inner sleeve, really nice cardboard inner sleeves. Beautiful artwork on that. Favorite songs from this, Pitch the Baby, Cherry Colored Funk, Heaven or Las Vegas, of course. And on the other side, I Wear Your Ring, Fotzepolitic, Frou Foxes and Midsummer Fires. Just a lot of really elevated, excellent songs from the Cocteau Twins. This is what the label looks like for that one. Again, that was September 1990. That album came out. I saw them in concert for this tour, the Heaven or Las Vegas tour in Florida. I don't have the t-shirt anymore because it was a shitty t-shirt, shittily made, and it kind of fell apart and shrunk and didn't fit. It fit weird and all that, so it didn't last. I didn't keep it, but anyway. Their next album, actually, let's talk about the singles collection. So 1991, so that was 1990. So 1991, they put out a singles collection box set on CD. This box set has their first 9 EPs on CD, and it has an extra bonus CD called the Rare Tracks CD. And on the Rare Tracks, it's got a song called Dials. And Dials was a song that they played at the beginning before they went on stage for the Heaven or Las Vegas tour. The next song, Hi Monkey Monk, is a kind of an outtake from the Bluebell Knoll sessions. Let's see, Crushed, the song from Lonely as an Eyesore is on here. And then the last song, Umigmac, it's a song off of the Victoria Land, but this is an instrumental version. So it's really cool to have. God, I got this. I remember buying this. I remember the day buying this at the local indie record store right off campus from where I was in college, and still have it to this day. Take good care of it. So there's that. What happened next? After that, 1993, Liz and Robin broke up. They split. They still have their child together, Lucy Bell, their daughter, but they broke up, and but they were still recording. So in 1993, they put out, let me get to these, they put out this single. I think the rest of the singles and EPs and stuff from here on out are going to be on CD, because the vinyl are like prohibitively expensive. And I bought the CDs back in the day when these came out, so I'm going to show the CDs for these. Evangeline was the first single. There's a B-side called Mud and Dark that is fantastic, and the other B-side on this, Summer Blink, is also great. Better than, I believe, the single Evangeline. I think the other ones are better. Then they put out the album, 4 Calendar Cafe, 1993. They switched from Capitol to Fontana Records. They signed a 2-record deal with Fontana. And so this is the first one on Fontana. Great album, kind of a direction shift in their sound. They're a little less layered and thick, and a little more kind of open and airy, and easy to understand the lyrics. Like you're starting to hear words again in their lyrics, which is kind of jarring at first when you listen to a Cocteau Twins album to actually understand what she's singing about. This is the inner sleeve. Really great album though. I really like this one. I like their later stuff. A lot of the fans don't. They hate it. They think they sold out, but that's ridiculous. So this is 4 Calendar Cafe on Fontana. Let's see, what's next? Oh, they had 2 more singles released at this time. Snow, which is a couple of covers of Christmas carols. They do Frosty the Snowman and Winter Wonderland. I think they were influenced mainly by the fact that they have a toddler in the house now, so they were thinking of doing Christmas carols, which is cool. And then the other single that they released from this album, Bluebeard, and the B-sides are a couple of outtakes, and then they do like an acoustic version of Bluebeard, which is really pretty awesome as well. After that, let's see, they got together with the band Medicine. I don't know if you know who Medicine is. They are a shoegaze band out of Los Angeles, and they got together and collaborated on a song. It's a song that they had already recorded, but they reworked it. Robin Guthrie did the production, and Robin Guthrie played guitar on it. It's a song called Time Baby, and Liz sings backup vocals on the song, and the song was featured on the soundtrack to The Crow soundtrack, the original movie. So that's kind of what they were up to then. That was 1994. Also in 1994, March, same month that they released that song, Time Baby. I saw them in concert. I was living in Louisville, and I drove up to Cincinnati to see the Cocteau Twins. That's where I got this tour shirt for the 4 Calendar Cafe tour. Fantastic concert. So happy to be able to, I mean, any chance you get to see a band like the Cocteau Twins is just so freaking awesome. So that was 1994. Then in 1995, they went back into the studio and they released some more EPs. This one is called Twin Lights. This is three new songs, and then they did like these are all kind of acoustic reworkings of songs. And they do Pink, Orange, Red, kind of an acoustic version of that, which is excellent. And then they do 3 songs from the upcoming album. Actually, Golden Vein is not included on the album, but the other 2 songs are. And I'll talk about that in a second. We also got this. This is a favorite of Courtney and mine's, this EP. And so we bit the bullet and went and got the 7-inch vinyl version of this, which is not cheap and not easy to find. But we just love this EP so much. We had to have it on vinyl. So it's 2 7-inch singles, 4 songs. That's what this sides look like on the inner sleeves. Fantastic, Twin Lights. Absolutely huge fan, well worth it. And then another EP that they released just a month later called Otherness. And this is also reworkings of their music, but instead of acoustic, these are kind of electronic ones done by Mark Clifford, who is from Seafield. And I'm not a big fan of this. This doesn't really do it for me. The songs are so deconstructed that I can't really even barely tell that they were Cocteau Twins songs to begin with, or that it's Liz singing. But whatever, to each his own. It's just not my thing. So that's what it looks like on the inside. So that's Otherness. These are kind of projects. These EPs were released in anticipation of the forthcoming album. And that album is, oh man, I'm messing up all my crap. Bear with me 1 second, doing some bookkeeping here. Gotta put that over there. Oh man, I messed all that up. Anyway, I'll fix that. The next album, so 1996, March, they released this album, Milk and Kisses, again on Fontana. This is their final album, full-length album that they release. Beautiful, excellent, amazing album. This is a Record Store Day version that was released a few years ago, and it's got side A and side B are the regular album, and then side C has got the single version of Tishbite, and it's got a couple of B-sides from their singles, and then side D has also more B-sides from their singles, and I'll talk about those singles in a second. So Milk and Kisses, awesome. No inner sleeves, they're on white vinyl, and they look like such. So Milk and Kisses, 1996. I also have, this was the deluxe CD version that came out on the day it was released. I got this at Zia Records way back when, 1996 as well. And it's like a magnetic digipack thing, and it folds open. I need more hands. But this is what it looks like on the inside, and it's got the CD in there. It just has like the regular songs. It doesn't have any of the B-sides or anything. But really cool little deluxe edition CD version. They also released all these EPs. The first single off the album, Tishbite. This is Tishbite 1 and 2. Each of these EPs have B-sides, 2 B-sides on each of them. And the B-sides are just about, I mean, they're really awesome. Maybe they're not as good as the ones on Milk and Kisses, the album, but they're right up there. I mean, they're really quality. They're not just throwaways. Oh, and then the next 2 singles, Violaine 1 and 2. And again, 2 B-sides on each of these. This one has a song called Alice. Alice was featured in the song Lovely Bones, the Peter Jackson movie. And I believe it was also in Stealing Beauty, that movie with Liv Tyler. This is the other Violaine EP. And again, it has 2 B-sides on it. Those are awesome. So 8 B-sides from the Milk and Kisses session. So it's almost like an extra bonus album. It's pretty sweet. And then after the release of that album and all those EPs and everything, the band breaks up. 1997, they go into the studio to start a new album, and they broke up. They just decided they couldn't go any further, and I think Liz was sick of everything, and you know, after the breakup and everything between her and Robin, I think things just came to the point where they just couldn't work together anymore. So that was 1997. 1998, Liz got together with Massive Attack, and she worked on this album, Mezzanine. She sang on 3 of these songs, Teardrop, Black Milk, and Group 4. Some of her best work, and some of the Massive Attack's best work. Definitely their most famous song is Teardrop, that Liz sings on. This is 1998. Let's see. Do I have... yeah, so I have that on CD as well. I also have this deluxe collection. It's called Collected. And is it called Collected? Yeah. Massive Attack. It's like a best of. It's a 2 CD deluxe set. The original just has 1 CD. This has 2. The first CD is like a best of Massive Attack, and it's got Teardrop, of course. The second CD has rare outtakes and B-sides and stuff. And one of those is a song called Silent Spring. And that is another song from the Mezzanine era that Liz sang on, and it's fantastic. And a lot of people, I don't think, really even know that she's sang on an extra song that's from that same kind of vibe and everything, whatever, with Massive Attack. So go check that out, Silent Spring. Let's see, and then, so Robin and, after the breakup, Robin and Simon formed a record label called Bella Union. Simon still runs it, and their first release from Bella Union was this BBC sessions of the Cocteau Twins, and this has got like all their BBC sessions on it, as well as their appearance on Saturday Night Live. They did 3 songs from way back when. So that's on there, and it's just this 2 CD set. Pretty cool. There's a bootleg vinyl version of this. I don't know, I haven't seen it anywhere, but this is fine for, their sessions. They're not like studio recording, they're live on radio sessions. They're really cool. There's some of them that are like really awesome versions of the songs, kind of hearing them live, because you don't get to hear Cocteau Twins live very often. And if you go on YouTube and you look up live footage of the Cocteau Twins from their old tours, it sounds off. The recordings are just awful. They're almost just garbage. So at least like you can hear them performing live here and kind of get a feel for what their live sound is like. Next, that was September 1999. In October of 2000, 4AD put out a collection of best of their 4AD work, Cocteau Twins, called Stars and Topsoil. I believe these were chosen by Robin Guthrie, the songs. It's kind of a random, it's kind of a surprising selection of songs, some of the ones that were picked here. But it's good because like you can put it on and you'll hear songs that you wouldn't normally listen to because it's not really ones that you think of as the best of. So it's kind of nice. Really nice gatefold, 2-record set. Just beautiful packaging and everything. Let's see. The inner sleeves look like so. 2 of them look like that. And they're on white vinyl, just like the Milk and Kisses was. So that's what those look like. Let's see, Stars and Topsoil. Then Robin started doing some solo stuff with a project he called Violet Indiana. He got some singer, I forget her name. They put out music, a couple of records between 2000 and 2004. I don't know, it's not my thing. It's not Cocteau Twins, and it doesn't sound as good as the Cocteau. It's okay that they're not the Cocteau Twins, but I just don't like it as much. So I don't really listen to Violet Indiana. But he also does solo work, Robin Guthrie, just like instrumental work. And he put out quite a few albums. He's got like 6 albums and 8 EPs, and he did 6 albums with Harold Budd, the Moon and the Melodies guy. And those are really nice. I've got a couple of them here in physical format. I've got his first album, Imperial, on CD, and I've got his latest album, Pearl Diving, on CD. You can go to his Bandcamp and you can either download all of his music, and some of it you can actually order in physical format as well, or you can get these on like Discogs or whatever. But really nice. It's just Cocteau Twins without Liz. It sounds, I mean, his guitar is unmistakable. He's got such a signature sound. It just sounds like the Cocteau Twins. You just don't get to hear Liz. Next thing, Tish Bites. This is an unofficial DVD I have. It's got all their music videos, which is really cool. You can see all or most of these on YouTube or whatever, but at the time that wasn't really available. I got this back in 2004. So it's really nice having all of these things on DVD to watch, all their videos. 2005, that was 2004. 2005, they were offered to, or they were asked to come play at Coachella in 2005. They were gonna do a festival and then do like 50 show tour, like a reunion tour. And I was so excited. I remember that. I remember when that happened and the rumors were going around, and Liz turned it down. She just couldn't stand Robin's face, I guess. Just couldn't perform with him on stage anymore. So that's that. Just put an end to that. And so that did not happen. Lullabies to Violaine. So in 2005, they put out 4 CDs. It either comes in a 2 CD set times 2, or it comes in a deluxe 4 CD set in a paper bound thing instead of the plastic. And that's what I have here. I have the deluxe 4 CD set, Lullabies to Violaine. And basically what this project is it's all of their EPs. All of the ones that were in that box, that big box that I showed you, plus all the other EPs that I showed you after that. The only thing that it does not have is that Rare Tracks one in the box set. It does not have any of those songs, but it has all the other ones. So I think it's like 18 EPs on here. Really nice. It's on this really soft textured paper, really like soft touch paper. So I keep this like wrapped up in plastic at all times because it'll just get gross and dirty and gross. I don't want that to happen. Anyway, so that's that. Then let's see, 2018, so we jump ahead to then. They put out this, Fontana puts out this collection. It's a box set of CDs called Treasure Hiding, and that's one of the songs off of Milk and Kisses. And what this is there are 2 Fontana albums. Comes with this nice little booklet here. Shows the artwork and stuff of some of the things that are located inside this box set. And then it's got, in Digipack form, it has Four Calendar Cafe on CD. It's got Milk and Kisses on CD. And then it's got these 2 bonus CDs. And what these bonus CDs have are all of those EPs that I showed you from Four Calendar Cafe and Milk and Kisses. They're all located here. Plus a couple of bonus songs. There's a song called Touch After Touch. I believe that's what it's called. My reading is so bad. Touch Upon Touch. That's a song that's never appeared on any of these other Cocteau Twins things. So that's a nice little rarity. And then an alternate version of one of the B-sides called Circling Girl. So that's pretty cool to have these as well. And of course, got it signed by Simon. I would just sit around like I wanted this for a while, and I'm like, I'm going to wait till Simon puts up some that are autographed. And sure enough, it happened. Ordered it right away. So that's that. Treasure Hiding. That was 2018. And then 2019, Massive Attack went on tour as a anniversary of their Mezzanine album. So I went and saw them out at the Palladium in Los Angeles, drove out there, and Liz was there along with them, and she sang her 3 songs from the Mezzanine album. She did not sing Silent Spring, but she sang the 3 that are on Mezzanine. And she also did a cover of Where Have All the Flowers Gone? It's a Pete Seeger cover. So that was amazing. And I was front row for that. It was a standing room on the floor, and I was up against the stage because I got there ridiculously early and got in line, and I was right up front. So I got to see Liz up close, and that was amazing. And then a week later, I went on a work trip. I had to go to Chicago to do training, and I get in my hotel and I look out my window, and right across the street from the hotel, right in my window, is the Chicago Theater. And on their marquee was Massive Attack, Mezzanine Tour, whatever. So I ran down, went to the box office. They were sold out. But the guy said, come back, check back every day, because people are returning their tickets because it got postponed. So a lot of people weren't able to make the rescheduled show. So they let them resell their tickets back to the box office. And sure enough, I went back a couple days, and finally I think the 3rd day I went back, somebody sold back their 2 front row seats. So I bought one of them and got to see them again, front row, except this time I got to sit in a seat and watch them. So that was fantastic. It's such a amazing experience to see Liz perform, especially up close, and her voice is just still as awesome as possible. So anyway, that was awesome. Last thing on the record part is this Record Store Day, this record called Sun Signature, or the band is called Sun Signature. It's a 5-song EP. This is Liz and her boyfriend, the drummer from, his name is Damon Reese, and he's the drummer for Massive Attack, and he's played with a bunch of other bands too. Echo and the Bunnymen and other bands. But anyway, they put together these 5 songs. Guitarist is Steve Hackett, the early Genesis guitarist. This music doesn't sound anything like the Cocteau Twins, but it's Liz, and her voice is absolutely freaking amazing. It is just unreal how amazing her voice sounds, and it doesn't have all like any kind of effects or anything on it. It's just, she sounds so vulnerable and so pure. Her voice is just, it's kind of delicate. It's just amazing. You got to hear this. If you haven't heard this, if you're a Cocteau Twins fan, you absolutely need to get this record. You can download it too. And then this is the inner sleeve, and this is what the label looks like. I would recommend, if you listen to any one of these songs, the first one would be Apples. So anyway, that's Sun Signature 2022. Let's do our ranking, and I accidentally put some records back here I shouldn't have. So let me grab those real quick. I think I just need one more. Sorry about this. I'll get that one too. Let me put them in order. So I don't know. Hanna did one of the EPs, and that's amazing. I don't know. After like the top 2 EPs for me, the rest of them just all kind of rank around the same. Like I don't really see myself being able to rank those as easily as she did. So props to her for being able to do that. Let's see, I think that goes there. This goes, yeah, that goes there. Okay, ready to go. So number 9 on my Cocteau Twins album list, I would say Head Over Heels. Again, this is my opinion. If people find that this is their favorite album and I'm absolutely nuts, I'm totally okay with that. Maybe I am absolutely nuts, but this is number 9 for me. I don't know if I want to go into like all kinds of explanations. I don't think I need to justify it. That's just how I feel. This is number 9 for me. Number 8, Garlands. I talked about these records kind of throughout, so I think maybe you can kind of suspect which ones I would be picking. Number 7, Moon in the Melodies. Again, if Liz was singing on all of these, this would probably be higher rated, but she only sings on 4 of the songs. So Moon in the Melodies, number, let's see, 9, 8, 7. That was number 7. Number 6, Treasure. My first Cocteau Twins album, and usually people, including me, when they have their first album, that's usually their favorite for the rest of their life. The only problem I have with this, I love the music, I love her voice, I love the songs, I love the piano, the guitar, every little bit of it, except for the freaking drum machine. I really can't stand, the drum machine just gets on my last nerve sometimes. It's so in your face, it's so pronounced, it's heavy-handed to me. That's like the perfect expression for me, I think, of the drums. Heavy-handed. It's just too much. It doesn't really go. It kind of makes the songs, to me, sound kind of dated. I don't know. But anyway, Treasure. Next one, let's see. All right, so number 5 is going to be 4 Calendar Cafe. Love this album. I think their later work is really nice. A lot of great songs on this. It's my number 5. Number 4, Victoria Land. Beautiful album. You got to be in the mood for it, though. It's very mellow. It's a lot different than their other stuff. Really dreamy, really ambient, but beautiful. Fantastic album. Number 4. Number 3, Milk and Kisses. Love this album. It's very intense, very rich, very luscious. It's just so many layers. The recording on this is just really top-notch. Fantastic. Love most, if not all, of these songs. Just really great. Milk and Kisses, love it. Number 2, Bluebell Knoll. Has a lot of my favorite songs. Athol-Brose is my second favorite Cocteau Twins song of all time, and always will be. Just love this album. I think this is like right there up in there. The pinnacle of their career was this album, and then the next one. Number 1, Heaven or Las Vegas. Love this album. It has my favorite song on it. Heaven or Las Vegas is the song off of this that I love the most, and just I think this is their peak. Just fantastic album, love it. As far as like albums to listen to get into the Cocteau Twins, I would highly recommend either Heaven or Las Vegas or Bluebell Knoll, and I would also suggest Treasure. These are all 3 really great entry points into the Cocteau Twins. So. Hey, I realized once I was uploading this to YouTube that I forgot to show a bunch of CDs, so I wanted to kind of add this on at the end. Just did my ranking, and here's some CDs that I forgot to show. First one, Garlands, their first album. I bought this back when, back when I started collecting Cocteau Twins. This is a special 4AD UK version of the CD. It comes with the Peel Sessions, the second Peel Sessions that they did at BBC, 4 songs there, and then two more extra songs called Speak No Evil and Perhaps Some Other Ion. Those 2 songs were going to be released as a single from the band, but they ended up not doing that. But it's included on this kind of special bonus Garlands version of Garlands on CD. The next one, their second album, Head Over Heels. This is an alternate album cover, so I thought it was really kind of cool to show this. It's totally different photography than, they're in the same session, but different images that they used for this CD here for Head Over Heels. I wish they put out like a vinyl version of this. That'd be cool to have. The next one, their third album, Treasure. Again, this cover is different than the vinyl cover, so I thought that was pretty neat. Victoria Land, it's the same artwork for this CD, and as well as Moon in the Melodies, the CD, same artwork. Bluebell Knoll. This was the original cover when I bought this on CD when it first came out. This was like the second CD I ever bought. And it had this different kind of cover with the black on the side. And then when they did the reissues, the CD looked like this, this is what the vinyl looks like, but the original CD looked like this. And then the other CD after that, Heaven in Las Vegas, looks the same. This is like a reissue, it's not the original. And then 4 Calendar Cafe, I have that on CD as well. So anyway, I forgot to include those in my video, so I'm just adding it on at the end. So anyway, thanks y'all for watching, especially if you watch this long. You're nuts. Go get some sleep. See you, love you, thanks for watching.